Yeah, what happened was, we usually have it at 6:30, and of course I was.
All right, we'll go ahead and call to order the Advisory Planning Commission for March 24th. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Okay, we'll do roll call. I'll note Wayne is not here yet. Marty Clark.
Here.
Harold Goodlett.
Here.
Brian Hester.
Here.
Daisy Lucio.
Here.
John Palmer.
Here.
Okay, we do have a quorum. Next thing on the next item on the list, approval of agenda. Can I get a motion?
So moved. A second.
Okay, motion made by Brian Hester, Harold Goodlett second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it.
Minutes, we didn't have any minutes this time, we'll wait until next meeting.
Okay, so we'll skip over approval of minutes. Okay, is there any public comment?
Now, this would be other than for the hearing. This would just be for something else other than the hearing. So I think most everybody here is adjoining property owners, so.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, so no public comment. Okay, looks like there's no old business. All right, moving on to new business. We got the zoning map change request from a single to a multifamily at 910 Thompson Street. Somebody here to speak on that?
You let me come forward? Please. State your name and address.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Derek Combs at 1015 Water Street, Charlestown, Indiana.
You want to state what your intentions are?
Yes, so I own the property at 910 Thompson Street. I've owned it for 7 years, and I'm looking to develop that and requesting a zoning map change from single family to multifamily for some townhomes.
Okay.
And you've been provided a copy of the site plan, and welcome to answer any questions you have.
So you're building two-story townhomes,
Correct.
total of 4 units?
Yes.
Derek, I know you're saying 910, but it's going to be it's more than one lot, isn't it?
Part of that is taking property off of 934 Thompson Street, which I also own as well.
Okay, so do we have to have that in there too, or not?
No. No, he splits that himself.
I thought we would just do it on 910, but, okay. Off-street parking, what are you going to have on it?
Off-street parking, there should be three parking spots per, off-street parking would be, I guess, the same as everywhere else down the street. I'm not gonna promote the on-street parking. Are you asking on-street or off-street?
How much off-street parking does
Off-street,
each unit have?
I'm sorry, there'll be one in the garage, and
Okay,
then 2 in the driveway, so there'll be 3 off-street parking per unit.
per unit. How many bedrooms are there?
3 bedroom.
Is it going to be on a slab?
Unsure at this time if it's gonna be a slab or a crawl space.
The reason I'm asking is the drainage is really a lot of runoff. It's on a pretty good hill there.
Yeah,
So if it's on a slab, have you took in consideration that the water's going to come into the bottom floor?
yes, I'm aware of the drainage and have a drainage plan
You do.
for it.
How far between the two property or houses for the?
There's 20, between the two buildings there, there's 20 feet, it's 10 feet from the property line to the side of each building.
And then closest fire hydrant?
I believe there's one,
One on Main Cross.
yeah, there's one there on the corner of Harrison and Thompson, and I'm not sure if there's one down at Main Cross or not.
There is.
But
I had to get a guy for parking next to one.
Okay. And Tony, is this in the historical district?
No, we don't have, it's not downtown historic, it's in the residential district.
Okay.
The historical district goes up to Main Cross, it cuts back around.
So about how far is from the front to the street?
it's
Is it
approximately 25 feet.
Okay. They look really close.
It's in line with what the existing house there at 934 is.
Okay.
Is it gonna be siding all the way down with brick or anything like that?
Plan on brick all the way around. The picture that you were provided was just a conceptual.
So then I'm assuming these are rentals?
They are rentals.
Okay. So does multi-dwelling, does that affect, does it affect taxes for the people that have single dwelling? I mean, how does that fall on taxes? Putting a condo in next to single, I mean, is there gonna be a, because I mean, I can kind of assume on the value of the house, but I didn't know how it would work on taxes.
Yeah, it's gonna increase the property values around there, in my opinion. I mean, it's been, which would increase the, over time, what the taxes are gonna be. So,
It'll increase the property value just
Yeah.
based on the fact it's an empty lot. That's what I've had over the last few years, people telling me since we've had so many empty lots.
anyone have any more questions?
How many other multifamily units are there in that district?
How many what?
Other multifamily units that's been put in
What do
that
you
district?
consider the district? Because we have, not on that road, but, between Oak Street out off Monroe and Level and on Monroe Street, we have two other multifamily our family already owns. And I know there's one other on Monroe Street.
Okay.
And then you got the ones on Level Street over by where, in front of, the car wash, down on the other end where they were
And there's
approved,
more coming in there too.
where they were approved, previously for some additional townhomes.
All right, any more questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll open the floor for any remonstrances.
Good afternoon. My name is Kenneth Eldridge. I live on 475 Harrison Street. My property is in line with where he is positioning to build those. So my backyard will be looking at 2 block walls right in my yard. My backyard will become almost, excuse me, I get upset. Looking at, it takes all my privacy away. My son says we're cloud watchers. There will be nothing for us to look out of our backyard anymore. I live around rental people. I have no problem with that whatsoever. It is what it is taking away from us. My house is small, and I do believe that with that, maybe the property values will go down. They may stay up, I don't know, but me, myself personally, I wouldn't want to buy one small house looking at that out of a backyard. I have nothing to offer if I went to sell, you know, other than a street view. That is all I would have. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Carolyn Henderson, I live at 1011 Thompson Street, and I'm not far putting in two-story townhouses. Because you know, each family usually has 2 vehicles per family. So each unit, there's gonna be probably 4 vehicles per unit. That's 8 more vehicles right there on our street. Then his sister is building a house on the end. It's not just gonna be the two-story townhouses, there's also gonna be a house on that end. And ours has been a nice, old neighborhood all these years where we're like family, our neighborhood. And we've got so many apartments already. I think we have enough without adding any more in town. And I think it will devalue our property. And I would like to see our neighborhood kept residential. If he wants to put 3 houses there, I'm fine. If they're not the big 2-story houses or 2-story apartments. I live in a 2-story house. What Derek told me, you live in a 2-story house. And I do, but there's nobody crammed up right around me that they can't see out or see the view. And ours is an older neighborhood. It's not historical, but it's old. And we have a lot of pride in our neighborhood. And I would like to see it kept residential, please. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, anyone else?
Is he getting up the street? Because if he's, I'll go after him.
I'll go after her.
Hello, my name is Lincoln Crum. I live at 314 Main Cross Street, Suite 2, right up there next door. And I spend a lot of time in this corridor, and my office is next door, and I live upstairs. I have 35 years real estate experience in this community. I can tell you this is not going to have a negative impact on the value of property there, first. Second, there is a huge demand for nice rental, single-family or residential that's not 400 units in a complex in downtown Charlestown. There's a need for that now, from a residential standpoint. And there's also quite a few empty, vacant lots that are here in the downtown Charlestown area that I can assure you, they call those infill lots. Those will get units on them too, within the next 3 to 5 years. With this push of residential that's coming to this part of the county, we can't deny it. It's gonna happen. So we might as well build good things. And Derek has a reputation of building good things in our downtown community, increases our tax base for our schools, and is also provides a rental option. It's not a sale option, but it's a rental for somebody like myself. I rent my space that I don't need to buy anything. I would rather rent there and live there than live in a big megaplex. And as far as infill, that just happens with these small 2 to 4 unit buildings. So I'm in favor of the project.
My name is Angela Coleman, and I'm the one that's going to live on the other end of the property. So we're not gonna just let someone come in and trash it up, or, you know, we require very clean yards. I'm living right there. I'm not going to allow someone, Derek lives around the corner. We are on top of, all of our properties, and I'm just not, neither one of us will allow someone to come in and have loud cars, or, let their trash flow around the street, or not cut their grass. And we will be on top of that. Living right next door, I don't want my property to be, any less because of a neighbor.
Thank you.
Well done.
Hi, my name's Dawn Meyer. I live at 1035 Thompson, which is a half a block away from this proposed rezoning, and I'm very much against it. I don't think 30 people on that one plot of land right there can enrich our neighborhood. That's 30 people where, we have a neighborhood with 2 or 3, 4 people in a single family home on Thompson Street, on Harrison, on Monroe. I can only speak to this neighborhood. So I just can't see how it's going to positively affect our neighborhood. It's uncertain at best. We don't really know, and I'm against it. Our property taxes have gone up substantially. I don't want them to go up anymore. That's not what we came to Charlestown for. Affordable living, single family homes. We already got 500 units being built on 62. We got the ones that are a little north of Valero, and then we have the ones that are behind Hooks. That's 500 units. Let's just say 2 people per unit. There's 1,000 people right there. I'm not for it. And I have other issues that if our home is next to a multi-family project, its value could take a bigger hit. For example, a multi-unit apartment building overshadowing Ken's backyard, Ken right there, overshadowing his backyard might deter buyers who would otherwise pay a premium for privacy. Real estate agents often cite proximity stigma as a factor in such cases. Multifamily rezoning often brings more housing units to the market. If supply outpaces demand, it could soften prices across the board, including for an existing single-family homes in our neighborhood. Negatively impacting our historical character. Maybe it's not on a historical register formally, but my home was built in 1880. All right, all those homes were built in the 70s, the 80s, or earlier. I don't see how Mr. Derrick is going to fit, historical aesthetic that we already exist in the neighborhood. I don't know that I have anything. I tried to take some notes so I could be quick, but I'm gonna say that I don't approve of the way that Mr. Derrick took care of his property when a house trailer was sitting on it. I don't know that this isn't gonna be too much for the family and too much for our neighborhood. You can see all our neighbors are sitting here. John, you know all these people. All right, that's all I have to say. I believe it's going to negatively impact our neighborhood.
Thank you.
How y'all doing? My name's Jason Thomas. I live at 550 Harrison Street. My wife Mindy, and I'm neighbors to Dawn, Miss Caroline, Ron, everybody else. You know, we look out our front door and we see the proposed property. We're not opposed to a single-family homes being built on that property, but he's talking multiple family homes. He's saying that there's one car, the parking situation. One in the garage, two in the driveway, and then they got friends coming over. You know, the street parking's, the streets are not that wide. I mean, what you got from the wall to about halfway there, wide? I mean, I take that way from, when I back out my driveway, I make a right on Thompson out to Main to go to work every day. I come home the same way. I mean, it's just asking for trouble. And what Miss Dawn just said, she said it all, for real. I mean, I agree with her 100%, you know, so we're against it. We, you know, if it was single family homes, go for it, but not multifamily. It's just not enough room. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Anyone else?
Hey,
You're good, sweetheart.
Colleen Eldridge, 475 Harrison Street. I just want to say, it's going to be a lot when they start building. It's going to take off our water pressure. It's going to mess with our sewer lines. And like everyone else, a couple regular homes. Not anything big that's going to bring too many people in. That's all we're asking. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Tori Shepard. I'm at 911 Thompson Street, so we will be directly across from where these are being built. We are not too happy about it. A big perk of buying our home is that, you know, we've got lots of space around us. We don't have anything huge in front of our house. We've got nice views. And all of that aside, I'm gonna have 4 driveways with multiple cars backing up to my property where we come off of our driveway and we have to, you know, we don't have sidewalks. We walk in the street. It's always been safe. There's not a ton of traffic running through there. I've got her in a stroller. I don't want to have to worry about people backing out, not paying attention, running late to work, running us over. So I understand they want to, you know, they can take care of the properties, make sure that people take their trash out, don't, you know, mess up the place, but they can't tell me that they're gonna tell these people to drive slow and all this stuff. That's a big concern for us, is we've got, you know, that street feels very safe, and you're bringing a bunch of other people in, and we're gonna, you know, we're gonna be the ones that are paying for it, because we're, like I said, directly across from them, so that's a big concern for us.
Okay. Thank you. All right, any other comments?
One more. I'm Ann Goodwood. I live at 1014 Thompson Street, and the proposed property is across the street. In front of my house faces Thompson, but the proposed property is on the side of me. So, again, I agree with everything that everybody else has said, and not to mention the excess traffic, the speed that people go up and down that street. They disregard the stop time. Now there's going to be even more people doing that. And with all the other apartments and all the people influxing into Charlestown, I think it's just getting a little much. And for our little neighborhood, we don't want that. We want to keep it the way it is. Like they said, with just the family, single-family homes, that is absolutely not a problem. But to have this built, no, not good. I'm against it.
Thank you. All right. No other comments? Any comment from the board?
I'd like to make one. I've seen quite a few homes Derek's built, and even multifamily ones he's built. He does a really good job. I can relate to a lot of them not wanting this large structure there, but I guess it's part of the county, it's gonna be there. But I do wanna make sure Derek does build a nice structure. He's built quite a few up in Pleasant Ridge, and he's built some, school, elementary school up somewhere. Flats of, is it Flats of Charlestown?
Creekside Flats.
Creekside Point.
Creekside Flats. He was over construction over those, and they are like, almost like what we're looking at here, 2 stories. But I did want to bring it up, it is a good building.
Can I say something? It's not about the structure he's building. There's no doubt that the man will build a great one. It's about everything else. It's the traffic, it's the multifamily, it's, you know, sure, I have no doubt that the man builds great places.
I know, the only reason I'm saying that, you know, everybody did say that, and I agree with a lot of that, but I wanted also to say that he is a good builder. It wasn't brought out. Everything else has been brought out about the traffic flow.
Well, no, but I don't think anybody here has doubted that he's a good builder. But we
It
don't.
didn't come out, so
There's,
that's why
I understand, but there's enough. We got enough apartments. I mean, look what's going up around us. I mean, we've already seen traffic and people that we've never seen in our neighborhood just from what's being built around us. Now you want to build it across the street? I mean, it's crazy.
They are empty lots.
Derek would like to speak.
I would just like to make some comments based on, I'm a neighbor as well. I live in the neighborhood. And all of their concerns are concerns of everyone, even myself, of all the development in the neighborhood. That doesn't mean that just because I am doing the proposed project on Thompson Street, all that stuff is gonna happen regardless. You know, we talk about the town, they want restaurants, we want shops, we want people, you know, development to come to town. It all has to do with population and the number of people and traffic in our town and our streets. And we don't get that without apartments and homes being built. And then, you know, speaking on the concerns of the historic neighborhood, I live in probably the most historic home in the town of Charlestown that is on the National Registry. I restored it. It took 3 years. I'm very passionate about it. I'm not going to build something in our neighborhood that is going to devalue the property value of my own house that is on the next block over, that I can also see from my backyard. So, thank you. I just wanted to voice my concern as well.
Thank you.
I just wanted to add, I mean, as far as the structure and traffic and stuff, I mean, all of y'all have probably noticed, I've been here for over 10 years. But I've noticed, when we moved here, I didn't hear ambulances every day.
Right.
I do now. You know why? Because more traffic, more people, more violence, more crimes. Just putting that out there.
Thank you.
And I don't care if we have a big town. We moved here 30 years ago because it was a small town. It is a homey feeling town. And I know it's gonna progress, but it's not something I like. I would like it to stay a small town. So worrying about all the stores and all this coming in, I don't care about any of that. I like the small town atmosphere.
Okay. All right, thank you to everyone who shared tonight.
Can I say something? I live across the street from Derek's stuff, and Derek takes care of his stuff immaculately. It is always nice, it's always neat, and he does a great job. But being said, I would like to keep that residential instead of multifamily, and I would be blessed if Derek could build a house there because he does great work. But I just don't know if I like the multifamily there.
I agree.
I agree with that.
Yes, I agree.
That's all we're asking.
All right, so we'll go ahead and call for a vote from the board. For the zoning map change request from single to multifamily at 910 Thompson Street. All in favor? Or let's make a motion first. Let's make a motion first. I'm getting ahead of myself here. All right. So
this is the motion, for whatever happens here, gets gets sent, it's a recommendation to the city council. So this will be at the next city council meeting, whether it's for or against or none.
All right, so I need a motion to move this forward. So can I get a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Daisy.
I'll second.
Okay, second by Marty. All in favor, say aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Nay.
Okay, so
Against.
We're against.
all against?
3-3. It's up to you.
Okay, so at this time, taking into consideration of all of the concerns, I will have to vote against.
So the recommendation to the city council was against.
Yeah, so I'll vote against moving this on to the city council for recommendation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so
I don't have anything else.
nothing else?
Motion adjourned.
All right, so I need a motion to adjourn.
I make it.
Harold? Okay.
Second?
Second, Ryan? All right, all in favor say aye. We are adjourned.